The Shocking Ethiopian Bible, Secrets, Conspiracy, and the Future. Introduction. The Mystery of the Ethiopian Bible. The Ethiopian Bible remains one of the most mysterious and least known biblical canons in the world. While most people are familiar with the Protestant or Catholic Bible, few realize that Ethiopia possesses a biblical collection that is far larger and more mysterious. This ancient manuscript contains texts not found in other Christian traditions, including apocryphal writings filled with secrets, visions of the end times, and unrevealed knowledge that raises questions about the nature of divine revelation and the future of humanity. The history of the Ethiopian Bible is closely intertwined with the ancient kingdom of Aksum, a powerful empire that adopted Christianity in the 4th century, one of the first states to do so, even before the Roman Empire officially embraced the faith. This unique version of the Bible has been carefully preserved by the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church, which maintains a theological tradition independent from both the Catholic and Eastern Orthodox churches. It holds 81 canonical books, compared to 66 in Protestant Bibles and 73 in the Catholic canon, making it one of the most extensive biblical collections in existence. But what makes the Ethiopian Bible so unique and controversial? It includes apocryphal books like the Book of Enoch, the Book of Jubilees, and other hidden scriptures that unveil heavenly secrets, cosmic struggles, and divine plans for the future. Some researchers believe that these writings contain prophecies about the end of the world, mysterious angelic beings, and forbidden knowledge deliberately excluded from Western Christian traditions. In this presentation, we will delve deeply into the hidden knowledge within the Ethiopian Bible, explore the conspiracy theories surrounding its preservation, and examine how these ancient texts may contain clues about the future of humanity. Are these books simply ancient legends, or could they reveal a truth that has been concealed from the world for centuries? Let us embark on a journey to uncover the shocking secrets of the Ethiopian Bible, secrets that may forever change how we perceive the sacred, the mystical, and the destiny of mankind. Chapter 1. The Historical Origins of the Ethiopian Bible. To understand the significance of the Ethiopian Bible, we must first journey back through the corridors of time, to a land steeped in mystery, faith, and powerful spiritual traditions. The roots of the Ethiopian Bible are inseparably linked to the rise of the ancient kingdom of Aksum, which flourished between the 1st and 7th centuries AD in the Horn of Africa. This kingdom was not only a political and economic powerhouse, controlling key trade routes between the Roman Empire, Persia, and India, but also a spiritual beacon where Christianity took deep root. According to Ethiopian tradition, the origins of their biblical texts trace back to the time of King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. Ethiopian legend holds that the Queen of Sheba, after visiting Solomon in Jerusalem, bore a son named Menelik, who became the first emperor of Ethiopia. It is said that Menelik returned from Jerusalem with the Ark of the Covenant, which, according to Ethiopian Orthodox belief, is still housed today in Aksum's Church of St. Mary of Zion, one of the most closely guarded religious relics in the world. Historically, Christianity arrived in Ethiopia through Frumentius, a Christian missionary who was shipwrecked along the Ethiopian coast in the 4th century. He gained the favor of the Aksumite king and eventually converted him to Christianity. By AD 330, Ethiopia officially became a Christian kingdom, even before the Roman Empire's adoption of the faith. Under Constantine, this early adoption created an independent Christian tradition, largely untouched by the doctrinal disputes that shaped European Christianity. The Ethiopian Bible evolved under this unique spiritual climate, adopting many Jewish and early Christian texts that were rejected or lost elsewhere. This includes apocryphal writings that expand upon biblical narratives, particularly about the heavenly realms, fallen angels, and divine mysteries. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Ethiopian canon is its preservation of the Book of Enoch, a work that was excluded from the Hebrew Bible and Christian Old Testament but remains canonical in Ethiopian Christianity. The Book of Enoch reveals hidden knowledge about the Watchers, angelic rebellions, and a coming judgment upon the world, subjects that some scholars believe were considered too dangerous or controversial for mainstream Christianity. The Ethiopian Bible's broader canon reflects a vision of faith deeply intertwined with mysticism, prophecy, and divine intervention. It also suggests that the Ethiopian Church viewed the boundaries of divine revelation as far wider than the Western tradition allowed, preserving writings believed to hold profound truths about God's plan for humanity and the cosmic battle between good and evil. Why did the Western Church reject these books? Some believe it was due to their esoteric content, visions of angelic realms, celestial hierarchies, and end-times prophecies that might have threatened the authority of institutional Christianity. For Ethiopia, however, these writings were not heretical but essential to understanding the fullness of God's revelation. As we continue, we will uncover the specific contents of these mysterious books and explore how their hidden messages might hold clues to a reality long concealed, one that challenges how we understand history, faith, and the future. Chapter 2: The Unique Canon of the Ethiopian Bible, Books Hidden from the World. The Ethiopian Bible is not just remarkable because of its ancient origins, it is also unique due to the extraordinary range of texts it contains. While the Protestant Bible holds 66 books and the Catholic Bible 73 books, the Ethiopian Bible includes an astonishing 81 canonical books. Many of these writings are unknown or forgotten in other branches of Christianity, and their mystical content raises profound questions about the nature of divine revelation and why such texts were excluded from the mainstream Christian canon. One of the most mysterious and controversial texts within the Ethiopian Bible is the Book of Enoch. This ancient work, which dates back to at least the 2nd century BCE, provides a detailed account of the Watchers, a group of fallen angels who descended to earth and revealed forbidden knowledge to humanity. According to the Book of Enoch, these angels corrupted humankind by teaching sorcery, alchemy, and other secret arts, leading to the rise of a world so wicked that God sent the Great Flood to cleanse the earth. The Book of Enoch is not found in the Jewish Tanakh or the Christian Bible except for the Ethiopian canon, but it was highly influential during the time of Jesus. In fact, parts of the Book of Enoch were discovered among the Dead Sea Scrolls, proving its ancient origin and importance to early Jewish and Christian communities. Why was it excluded from the Bible elsewhere? Some suggest that its revelation of angelic powers and divine secrets posed a theological threat to institutional religious authorities, while others believe it was considered too dangerous because of its prophecies regarding divine judgment and the end of days. Another unique text in the Ethiopian Bible is the Book of Jubilees, which expands upon the Genesis narrative with a detailed, mystical chronology of human history. The Book of Jubilees claims to reveal heavenly tablets given to Moses on Mount Sinai, which outline God's hidden laws and the cosmic battle between angels of light and angels of darkness. This book also provides startling insights into spiritual warfare, divine intervention, and the destinies of nations, which some believe contain coded prophecies about future world events. In addition to these apocryphal works, the Ethiopian Bible also includes the 1st and 2nd books of Maccabean. Distinct from the Maccabees found in Catholic Bibles, these books describe a cosmic struggle between righteous believers and corrupt rulers, emphasizing divine justice. The Shepherd of Hermas, an early Christian text with visions and mystical revelations about repentance, the end times, and the heavenly church. The Book of Josephus the son of Ben-Gurion, an ancient chronicle combining historical narratives and apocalyptic visions. Why were these extraordinary writings preserved in Ethiopia and rejected elsewhere? Some scholars believe that the Ethiopian Church, being geographically isolated from the theological disputes of Rome and Constantinople, was able to retain a broader understanding of sacred scripture, one that did not fear mysticism, prophecy, or angelology. This unique spiritual independence allowed them to preserve a wider vision of God's revelation, one that presents heavenly realities in vivid and uncompromising detail. As we delve deeper into the conspiracy theories surrounding these texts, one question remains: what truths have been hidden from the world, and why are these ancient writings still shrouded in secrecy? Chapter 3: Conspiracy or Truth? Why was the Ethiopian Bible suppressed? The Ethiopian Bible's mysterious content and its divergence from the Western Christian canon have fueled numerous conspiracy theories. These theories suggest that powerful religious and political authorities deliberately suppress these ancient texts due to their revelations about angelic beings, hidden knowledge, and future prophecies. But is there evidence supporting these claims, or are they merely sensational speculations? To understand why the Ethiopian Bible remains largely unknown outside Ethiopia, we must examine the historical context of biblical canon formation. During the early centuries of Christianity, various Christian communities possessed different collections of sacred writings. The process of deciding which books were inspired, and therefore worthy of inclusion was neither quick nor unanimous. In fact, by the 4th century, there were dozens of texts circulating that claimed divine authority, ranging from apostolic letters to mystical visions and apocalyptic prophecies. The canonical process culminated in the Council of Nicaea 325 CE and subsequent church councils, which sought to standardize Christian doctrine amid rising heresies. However, the Ethiopian Church, isolated by geography and political circumstance, was unaffected by these decisions. While the Western Church narrowed its canon to 66 Protestant, or 73 Catholic books, the Ethiopian Church preserved a broader collection, one that included writings considered too mystical or theological or risky by the Roman and Byzantine authorities. One significant reason for the exclusion of these books relates to their controversial content. Revealing angelic rebellion, the Book of Enoch describes a heavenly revolt, where fallen angels corrupt humankind. This challenges the simplified view of angelic beings in mainstream Christianity and suggests hidden celestial battles that are still ongoing. Mystical knowledge. Texts like the Book of Jubilees refer to secret laws given to Moses, knowledge allegedly withheld from the common believer. This notion of esoteric wisdom contradicts the more accessible teachings promoted by institutionalized Christianity. Prophecies of judgment. Many Ethiopian texts offer apocalyptic visions of divine retribution against worldly powers. Some theorists argue that these prophecies threatened the authority of the Roman Empire and later the Catholic Church, leading to their suppression. There are also claims that political motives drove the exclusion of these books. The Roman Empire, after adopting Christianity under Emperor Constantine, sought to maintain political unity through a unified faith. Texts that emphasized cosmic battles, divine secrets, or prophetic warnings against earthly rulers could have disrupted this fragile balance. Modern conspiracy theorists suggest that secrets hidden within the Ethiopian Bible reveal uncomfortable truths about human origins, divine beings, and future cataclysms. According to these theories, religious elites have long sought to keep such knowledge hidden to protect their power and control public understanding of divine reality. Yet, despite centuries of exclusion, the Ethiopian Bible endures, raising questions that continue to challenge official narratives. What are they afraid we might discover? Chapter 4, Secrets of the Book of Enoch, Forbidden Knowledge and Angelic Mysteries. The Book of Enoch, perhaps the most famous and controversial of the Ethiopian biblical texts, is central to the mystery surrounding the Ethiopian Bible. This ancient text, considered scripture in Ethiopian Orthodoxy but apocryphal in other Christian traditions, contains revelations that defy conventional theology. What makes the Book of Enoch so dangerous? The Watchers, fallen angels who corrupted humanity. At the heart of the Book of Enoch lies the story of the Watchers, a group of 200 angels tasked with watching over humanity. According to the text, these heavenly beings descended to earth, took human wives, and fathered giant offspring known as the Nephilim. This act of rebellion violated divine law and led to chaos and corruption on earth. The Watchers also imparted forbidden knowledge to humanity, including metalworking, the art of forging weapons for warfare; astrology, revealing celestial secrets once hidden by God; sorcery and magic, teaching occult practices that manipulate the natural order. These revelations echo themes in other ancient cultures, leading some to speculate that the Watchers may correspond to the gods of ancient mythology, beings who brought advanced knowledge but demanded worship in return. The judgment of the angels. God condemns the Watchers for their transgressions, casting them into prison beneath the earth until the day of judgment. This narrative aligns with the New Testament, where 2 Peter 2:4 and Jude 1:6 reference angels bound in chains awaiting divine punishment. Interestingly, some modern researchers argue that the Book of Enoch reveals ancient knowledge of extraterrestrial visitation, claiming the Watchers may represent beings from beyond Earth who imparted technological knowledge to early civilizations. Enoch's journey to heaven. The book describes Enoch's mystical journey through multiple heavens, where he witnesses the throne of God, a radiant, ineffable realm beyond mortal comprehension. Cosmic secrets, the mysteries of time, space, and divine judgment. The fate of souls, a vision of the righteous rewarded and the wicked punished. These visions offer an expanded cosmology beyond what is found in the canonical Bible, implying the existence of hidden dimensions and spiritual realities that mainstream Christianity downplays. Why would the Church reject such a text? Some suggest that revealing too much about angels, cosmic hierarchies, and forbidden knowledge undermines the Church's ability to maintain a simple, controllable doctrine. Echoes in other scriptures. Remarkably, Jesus himself may reference the Book of Enoch. In Matthew 22:30, he speaks of angels not marrying, an idea that reflects the Watchers' rebellion. Additionally, the Book of Revelation echoes Enochian imagery with its visions of heavenly beings and apocalyptic judgment. If the Book of Enoch holds sacred truths, why has it remained hidden? Did early church leaders fear that these mystical revelations would empower individuals to question ecclesiastical authority? One thing is clear, the Book of Enoch challenges us to reconsider our origins, the spiritual battle, and what secrets may still be hidden from public knowledge. Chapter 5, The Book of Jubilees, a chronology of hidden history. The Book of Jubilees, another key text found in the Ethiopian Bible, is often described as a chronological revelation of sacred history. Also known as the Lesser Genesis, this ancient work expands upon the narratives of Genesis and Exodus, offering detailed timelines and hidden laws revealed by angels to Moses on Mount Sinai. This chapter will delve into the mysterious origins of the Book of Jubilees, its controversial content, and why it was excluded from the Western biblical canon. 1. The origin and structure of the Book of Jubilees. The Book of Jubilees is believed to have been written sometime between 160 to 150 BCE during the Second Temple period. It was originally composed in Hebrew but is preserved today primarily through Ge'ez, the ancient liturgical language of Ethiopia. Fragments of the book were also discovered among the Dead Sea Scrolls, confirming its ancient origin and its significance in Jewish religious thought before the emergence of Rabbinic Judaism. The book is structured as a revelation given to Moses by an angel who recounts the history of the world from creation until the entrance of Israel into the Promised Land. It is divided into 50 chapters, each representing a Jubilee cycle, a period of 49 years, and traces a rigid timeline for biblical events. This method of chronology is unique to the Book of Jubilees and provides a more precise timeline than the canonical Genesis account. 2. The hidden laws and mysteries revealed in Jubilees. What makes the Book of Jubilees especially controversial is its emphasis on secret divine laws, regulations not found in the traditional Pentateuch. According to the text, these laws were delivered directly by angels and were intended only for the righteous. Among the secrets revealed in Jubilees are heavenly calendars and sacred time. The book promotes a 364-day solar calendar, which contrasts with the lunar calendar later adopted by Jewish and Christian communities. This calendar is said to reflect the heavenly order and preserve sacred festivals on their proper days. Some scholars speculate that this knowledge was deliberately suppressed to prevent people from aligning their worship with the divine calendar. Angelic governance. Similar to the Book of Enoch, Jubilees describes how angels oversee the nations of the world. These heavenly powers are entrusted with earthly affairs, but some rebelled against God, echoing the Watchers' fall. This angelic hierarchy suggests that much of human history is shaped by spiritual forces unseen by the human eye. Pre-flood civilizations. The Book of Jubilees hints at advanced knowledge possessed by the antediluvian, pre-flood world, technologies and wisdom that were lost after the Great Flood. This aligns with theories that ancient civilizations may have had access to otherworldly knowledge. Prophecies of the Last Days. The book contains apocalyptic visions of the end times, foreseeing a final judgment where the righteous will be vindicated and the wicked will face eternal destruction. 3. Why was the Book of Jubilees rejected? The rejection of the Book of Jubilees by the Western Church is often attributed to its sectarian nature and its challenge to the mainstream theological narrative. Several key reasons for its exclusion include contradicting canonical chronology. The book's precise timelines differ from the standard Genesis account. This discrepancy may have been seen as a threat to the unity of scriptural teaching. Esoteric knowledge. Jubilees promotes hidden laws and angelic wisdom not found in the Pentateuch, raising concerns that it encourages mysticism outside the control of institutional religion. Challenge to authority. The book emphasizes divine revelation directly to righteous individuals, undermining the idea that church leaders or rabbis hold exclusive access to God's truth. Modern conspiracy theories suggest that the Book of Jubilees contains truths about cosmic powers, advanced civilizations, and end-time prophecy that were deliberately suppressed to prevent the public from understanding the spiritual battle shaping human history. 4. Modern interpretations and theories. The Book of Jubilees has become a focal point for those who believe in ancient alien theories and hidden knowledge. Some researchers claim the book describes non-human entities influencing the early world, beings that could be interpreted as extraterrestrials. Others view it as a coded record of advanced scientific knowledge disguised in mythical language. In Ethiopian Orthodoxy, the Book of Jubilees remains sacred scripture, regarded as an essential piece of divine wisdom. This preservation raises a critical question: what knowledge did the Church seek to hide, and why? As we continue exploring the Ethiopian Bible, it becomes increasingly clear that its excluded books offer a radically different perspective on human destiny and the cosmic struggle between light and darkness. What other secrets lie hidden within these forgotten texts? Chapter 6, The Kebra Nagast, the Ark of the Covenant and the Royal Bloodline. Among the most mysterious and influential texts preserved in the Ethiopian Bible is the Kebra Nagast, translated as the Glory of Kings. This ancient manuscript not only tells the legend of the Queen of Sheba and King Solomon but also makes a shocking claim, that the Ark of the Covenant, the most sacred relic in biblical tradition, was taken to Ethiopia, where it remains hidden to this day. This chapter delves into the origins, narrative, and controversial implications of the Kebra Nagast, as well as the conspiracy theories surrounding the Ark's disappearance and its political and spiritual significance for Ethiopia. 1. Origins and structure of the Kebra Nagast. The Kebra Nagast is believed to have been composed in the 14th century CE, though scholars agree that its core traditions are much older, drawing from Jewish, Christian, and local Ethiopian sources. The text was written in Ge'ez, the ancient liturgical language of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, and it blends biblical narrative, apocryphal stories, and oral tradition. The Kebra Nagast serves both as a spiritual document and a political manifesto, providing divine justification for the Solomonic dynasty that ruled Ethiopia for centuries. It is structured as a dialogue between bishops, culminating in a revelation about the Ark of the Covenant and Ethiopia's sacred status. 2. The Queen of Sheba and King Solomon, a royal union. A key narrative in the Kebra Nagast is the story of the Queen of Sheba's visit to King Solomon in Jerusalem, a tale also found in the Bible 1 Kings 10, 1:13 and 2 Chronicles 9, 1:12. However, the Ethiopian account expands upon this encounter with remarkable details. According to the text, Makeda, the Ethiopian Queen of Sheba, travels to Jerusalem to seek Solomon's wisdom. After testing his knowledge, the two engage in a deep spiritual dialogue, leading to a romantic union. This relationship results in the birth of a son, Menelik I, who becomes the founder of the Ethiopian Solomonic dynasty. This claim of direct descent from King Solomon is central to Ethiopian national identity, granting divine legitimacy to its rulers. For centuries, Ethiopian monarchs traced their lineage back to Menelik I, proclaiming themselves heirs to the Davidic throne, a claim no other nation has historically made. 3. The Ark of the Covenant, Ethiopia's sacred treasure. The most explosive claim in the Kebra Nagast is that Menelik I secretly took the Ark of the Covenant from Solomon's temple and brought it to Ethiopia, where it remains to this day. According to the text, divine approval. God sanctions the Ark's transfer to Ethiopia, declaring that the covenant will now reside with the Ethiopian people. Heavenly transportation. The text suggests the Ark was miraculously transported to Ethiopia by angels, emphasizing its spiritual importance. Guarded secret. The Ark is believed to be hidden in the Church of St. Mary of Zion in Axum, where only a single guardian monk, appointed for life, is permitted to see it. This alternative history directly challenges the conventional belief that the Ark was either lost during the Babylonian conquest in 586 BCE or hidden in Jerusalem. If true, Ethiopia holds the most sacred relic of the Old Testament, a claim that Western religious authorities have long ignored or denied. 4. Why was the Kebra Nagast suppressed? The Kebra Nagast was never included in the biblical canon outside Ethiopia. There are several theories as to why Western religious authorities sought to suppress this text. Undermining Jewish and Christian authority, the claim that the Ark resides in Ethiopia challenges both Jewish and Christian traditions, which hold that the Ark was either destroyed or remains hidden beneath the Temple Mount. Threat to European power. The assertion that Ethiopia is the new Zion and that its rulers descend directly from Solomon poses a theological challenge to the European monarchies, who claimed divine right but lacked such a biblical lineage. A forbidden legacy. The hidden knowledge of the Ark's power, believed to contain divine energy or advanced technology, has fueled speculation that world powers suppress the truth to maintain control over religious history. 5. Mysteries of the Ark. What could it be? The Ark of the Covenant is described in Exodus 25:10-22 as a gold-plated chest containing the stone tablets of the Ten Commandments, Aaron's rod, and a golden jar of manna. The Kebra Nagast claims the Ark possesses mystical powers, which align with descriptions from the Hebrew Bible. Divine judgment. The Ark is said to bring plagues and destruction upon those who misuse or touch it. 1 Samuel 5:9-12. Energy source. Some researchers speculate that the Ark may have functioned as an ancient energy device, capable of producing electromagnetic or radiation-like effects. Portal to heaven. Ethiopian tradition holds that the Ark serves as a spiritual gateway, allowing communication between heaven and earth. If the Ark is truly hidden in Axum, its discovery would rewrite not only biblical history but also our understanding of divine artifacts and ancient technology. 6. Modern-day mysteries and conspiracies. Several modern mysteries continue to fuel the belief that the Ark of the Covenant resides in Ethiopia. Restricted access. No one is allowed to verify the Ark's existence in Axum. The guardian monk, who is sworn to secrecy, claims the Ark is too holy for public display. Sudden interest. In recent years, there have been rumors of international intelligence agencies investigating Axum, suggesting a renewed interest in the Ark's whereabouts. Unexplained phenomena. Local stories report mysterious lights and divine manifestations around the Church of St. Mary of Zion, reinforcing beliefs that the Ark holds supernatural power. 7. What if the Ark is found? If Ethiopia's claim to the Ark of the Covenant were verified, the theological and geopolitical consequences would be profound. Religious authority. It would position Ethiopia as a new spiritual center, challenging the dominance of Rome, Jerusalem, and Mecca. Scientific revelation. If the Ark is an ancient energy device, it could transform our understanding of biblical technology and early civilization. Prophetic fulfillment. Some interpret the Ark's return to public view as a sign of end-time prophecies, marking the approach of the Messianic age. The Kebra Nagast remains one of the most mysterious and controversial books in world history, holding secrets that could transform everything we know about God, power, and the hidden past. Chapter 8. The Book of Jubilees, a hidden chronology and the secrets of time. The Book of Jubilees, also known as the Little Genesis, is another mysterious and apocryphal text preserved in the Ethiopian Bible but excluded from most Christian and Jewish canons. This ancient chronicle presents a parallel account to the Book of Genesis, but with shocking additions, angelic intervention, hidden timelines, and secret covenants that reveal a divine calendar unknown to the rest of the world. The Book of Jubilees provides a structured timeline of biblical events, dividing human history into precise units called jubilees, periods of 49 years, reflecting an orderly, cosmic plan. This chapter uncovers the hidden knowledge contained in the Book of Jubilees, exploring its angelic origins, its prophecies of the future, and the conspiracies surrounding its exclusion from mainstream religious texts. 1. Origins and structure of the Book of Jubilees. The Book of Jubilees was likely written between 160 BCE and 150 BCE during the Second Temple period. Although forgotten in much of the Western world, it has been preserved for centuries in the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, where it is considered canonical. Fragments of the Book of Jubilees were discovered among the Dead Sea Scrolls, proving that ancient Jewish sects revered it as an authoritative and sacred text. The book is framed as a revelation given to Moses on Mount Sinai by angelic beings. According to the narrative, the angels provided a divine calendar and a hidden history of the world, exposing heavenly secrets unknown to ordinary people. The Book of Jubilees is structured into 50 chapters, covering the creation of the world to the arrival of the Israelites in the Promised Land, organized by Jubilee cycles, each lasting 49 years. This unique structure suggests that history itself is part of a predetermined cosmic plan. 2. The angelic origin of the Book of Jubilees. One of the most extraordinary claims in the Book of Jubilees is that it was revealed by angels of the presence, powerful celestial beings who dwell in the direct presence of God. These angels are described as divine scribes responsible for recording human actions and maintaining God's cosmic order. The book asserts that angelic beings were not only observers of human history but active participants. Creation of humanity. The angels witnessed God's creation of Adam and Eve and were tasked with guiding humanity. Divine law. Angels delivered heavenly teachings, including the law of Moses, and instructed the righteous in spiritual mysteries. Heavenly records. Every event on earth is documented in celestial books, suggesting a cosmic surveillance system overseen by these divine beings. This claim directly challenges the notion that Scripture is a purely human product, suggesting that otherworldly intelligence has been shaping human destiny since the beginning. 3. The hidden calendar, a cosmic time code. One of the most controversial aspects of the Book of Jubilees is its solar calendar, which contrasts with the lunar calendar followed by mainstream Judaism. This solar calendar is 364 days long, divided into 52 weeks, a perfectly ordered and unchanging system. The book claims that God's true calendar is based on solar cycles and that deviating from it leads to spiritual confusion and apostasy. According to Jubilees, the lunar calendar used by many Jewish sects is a corruption introduced by fallen angels to lead humanity astray. This cosmic time code has led to speculation that the Book of Jubilees contains prophetic keys to understanding end-time events and the Second Coming. Key features of the divine calendar include 49-year cycles. History is divided into jubilees, cycles of 49 years, echoing the sabbatical and jubilee laws. In Leviticus 25, cosmic order, the calendar reflects a perfect, divine order, suggesting that history itself is predestined. Apocalyptic warnings. Deviating from this calendar triggers cosmic judgment and divine wrath. Some theorists claim that the Book of Jubilees holds the true timeline for apocalyptic prophecies, and that modern institutions suppress this knowledge to hide the truth about God's plan for humanity. 4. The Watchers and the corruption of humanity. Similar to the Book of Enoch, the Book of Jubilees describes the Watchers, a group of fallen angels who descended to earth and corrupted humanity. However, Jubilees adds new details. Genetic corruption. The Watchers did not just produce giants, they corrupted all flesh, hinting at a biological intervention that polluted human DNA. Moral decay. They introduced sorcery, divination, and warfare, accelerating human wickedness. Cosmic judgment. Their rebellion led to the Great Flood, which was both a divine reset and a punishment. This section suggests that ancient transgressions against the divine order may still influence modern science, including genetic engineering and artificial intelligence, technologies that echo the Watchers' forbidden knowledge. 5. Jubilees and the future prophecies. The Book of Jubilees also contains prophetic warnings about future events, including the coming of the Messiah. A righteous ruler will emerge to restore God's law and defeat evil. The final judgment. The wicked, both human and fallen angels, will face eternal punishment. The new creation. God will recreate the heavens and the earth, ushering in an age of eternal peace. This apocalyptic vision resonates with Christian prophecies in the Book of Revelation, raising questions about whether Jubilees contains hidden truths about the end times that religious authorities suppressed. 6. Why was the Book of Jubilees suppressed? Despite its early popularity, the Book of Jubilees was rejected by Rabbinic Judaism and Western Christianity. Possible reasons include cosmic calendar. Its insistence on a solar calendar threatened the lunar-based religious systems. Angelology. Its focus on angelic intervention challenged orthodox teachings. Prophetic knowledge. The book's apocalyptic content was deemed too dangerous for public consumption. Some researchers believe that modern elites continue to hide the truths of Jubilees to prevent mass awakening about God's cosmic plan. Chapter 9, The Kebra Nagast, Secrets of the Ark of the Covenant and the Solomonic Dynasty. The Kebra Nagast, meaning, the glory of kings, is one of the most mysterious and influential texts in Ethiopian tradition. It is not just a historical epic but also a theological and political document that links the Ethiopian monarchy to King Solomon and the biblical Ark of the Covenant. This chapter explores the origins of the Kebra Nagast, the mysteries surrounding the Ark, and the conspiracies about why this text has been largely hidden from the Western world. The Kebra Nagast is more than just a cultural artifact, it is a powerful narrative that suggests Ethiopia holds spiritual secrets lost to the rest of the world. This chapter will unveil the shocking claims within the Kebra Nagast, that King Solomon fathered a lineage of Ethiopian kings, that the Ark of the Covenant was secretly taken to Ethiopia, and that these secrets may hold clues to the future and end times prophecies. 1. The origins of the Kebra Nagast, an ancient Ethiopian epic. The Kebra Nagast was written around the 14th century CE, but its oral traditions date back much earlier. It is considered canonical by the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church and serves as a spiritual and political foundation for Ethiopian identity. The text is believed to have been compiled by Ethiopian scholars drawing from Judeo-Christian sources, including the Bible, Jewish Midrash, and Christian apocryphal texts. While the Western world largely ignored the Kebra Nagast, it remains central to Ethiopian national consciousness, portraying Ethiopia as a chosen nation with a divine mission. This work was unknown outside Ethiopia until the 20th century, when Western scholars began to translate and study its radical claims. The Kebra Nagast is divided into 117 chapters and blends biblical narrative, royal genealogy, and apocalyptic prophecy. It claims that the Ethiopian monarchs are direct descendants of King Solomon and Queen Makeda, the Queen of Sheba, and it reveals how the Ark of the Covenant was transported to Ethiopia, where it remains hidden to this day. 2. The story of Solomon and the Queen of Sheba, a forbidden union. At the heart of the Kebra Nagast lies the legend of the Queen of Sheba's visit to King Solomon in Jerusalem, a story briefly mentioned in the Bible 1 Kings 10, 1-13, 2 Chronicles 9, 1-12 but expanded with mystical and political dimensions. According to the Kebra Nagast, Queen Makeda, ruler of the Kingdom of Sheba believed to be located in modern Ethiopia or Yemen, journeyed to Jerusalem to seek Solomon's wisdom. Solomon, renowned for his divine wisdom and mystical powers, seduced the Queen of Sheba through clever deception, resulting in a son named Menelik I. Upon returning to Ethiopia, Queen Makeda gave birth to Menelik, who would become the founder of the Solomonic dynasty. The Kebra Nagast claims that Ethiopian rulers are direct descendants of King Solomon, granting them a divine right to rule and connecting Ethiopia to the biblical and messianic traditions. This claim radically challenges the Western narrative of biblical history, suggesting that a sacred lineage continued outside of Israel, in a hidden and divinely protected kingdom. 3. The theft of the Ark of the Covenant, a sacred conspiracy. Perhaps the most explosive claim in the Kebra Nagast is that the Ark of the Covenant, the sacred chest containing the tablets of the Ten Commandments, was stolen from Jerusalem and brought to Ethiopia. The text recounts that Menelik I, upon reaching adulthood, traveled to Jerusalem to meet his father, King Solomon. Before returning to Ethiopia, Menelik and his companions secretly took the Ark of the Covenant, with divine approval, because God wished the Ark to be kept safe in a new land. Solomon, heartbroken but powerless, accepted this as God's will, ensuring that Ethiopia became the new guardian of the divine presence. The Ark, according to the Kebra Nagast, remains hidden in the Church of Our Lady Mary of Zion in Axum, Ethiopia. No one, except a single appointed guardian, is allowed to see it, and attempts to verify its existence have been blocked by religious authorities. 4. The Ark's mystical power, a key to the future. The Ark of the Covenant is described in both the Bible and Kebra Nagast as possessing tremendous supernatural power. Divine judgment. The Ark can strike down enemies and unleash plagues 1 Samuel 5, 1-12. Holy presence. It carries the glory of God, making it a conduit between heaven and earth. Cosmic key. Some researchers believe the Ark is not merely a religious artifact, it may hold a mystical or even technological function, potentially connected to prophecies of the end times. According to Ethiopian tradition, the Ark will be revealed again at the end of the world, playing a central role in the final battle between good and evil. 5. Why was the Kebra Nagast suppressed? The Kebra Nagast poses a direct challenge to Western religious authority. Alternative lineage. it suggests that the true heirs of the Davidic and Solomonic kingdoms are in Ethiopia, not Jerusalem. Hidden power. It implies that the most sacred relic of biblical tradition, the Ark, is outside of Western control. Prophetic destiny. It hints at an apocalyptic role for Ethiopia, suggesting that global powers have a vested interest in suppressing this truth. Many theorists argue that colonial powers deliberately marginalized Ethiopian spiritual knowledge to maintain their theological dominance and prevent the revelation of the Ark's true nature. Chapter 10. Prophecies of the Ethiopian Bible, Visions of the Future and Apocalyptic Secrets. The Ethiopian Bible holds a unique and enigmatic collection of prophecies that extend beyond the canonical scriptures recognized by most Western Christian traditions. These prophecies not only align with biblical apocalyptic visions, such as those in the Book of Revelation, but also contain exclusive revelations about the end of days, cosmic upheaval, and the future role of Ethiopia in God's divine plan. In this chapter, we will unpack the mystical predictions found in the Ethiopian Bible, including apocalyptic warnings, the return of the Ark of the Covenant, the final judgment, and the mysterious role of Ethiopia in global spiritual transformation. We will also examine whether modern events suggest these prophecies are beginning to unfold. 1. The prophetic books of the Ethiopian Bible, a hidden vision. The Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church preserves several prophetic and apocalyptic texts that do not appear in the Western biblical canon. These include the Book of Enoch, a vision of fallen angels, divine judgment, and end times events. The Apocalypse of Peter, visions of heaven and hell and Christ's return to judge mankind. The Book of Jubilees, a cosmic chronology of history, including prophecies about the Messianic age. The Kebra Nagast, prophecies about the Ark's return and the ultimate triumph of God's kingdom. These ancient texts contain explicit prophecies about cosmic turmoil, deception in the last days, and the restoration of divine truth, many of which are absent from the Western Christian Bible. 2. The return of the Ark, a sign of the end times. The Kebra Nagast and other Ethiopian texts suggest that the Ark of the Covenant will be revealed as a sign of the end of the world. This revelation will be accompanied by global upheaval, natural disasters, political chaos, and moral decay. Divine intervention. God will manifest His presence through miraculous signs. Spiritual separation, a final division between those who follow truth and those who embrace deception. Ethiopian prophecy suggests that when the Ark is unveiled, it will trigger the final battle between good and evil, a cosmic confrontation mirroring the Book of Revelation's vision of Armageddon. 3. Ethiopia's mystical role in the future. According to Ethiopian tradition, their nation holds a divinely appointed role in the last days. Guardian of the Ark, Ethiopia is believed to be the protector of the Ark of the Covenant until Christ's return. A chosen nation, Ethiopian kings were seen as God's anointed to maintain the Davidic lineage. Bearer of hidden knowledge, the Ethiopian Bible contains prophecies that foretell global awakening and judgment. Some scholars suggest that Ethiopia's spiritual destiny is deliberately obscured by Western powers to maintain their control over biblical narrative and eschatology, the study of the end times. 4. The Apocalypse of Peter, visions of heaven, hell, and the final judgment. The Ethiopian Bible includes a version of the Apocalypse of Peter, a detailed description of the afterlife and God's judgment. The righteous, those who follow God's law, will inherit eternal life in a renewed creation. The wicked, those who reject divine truth, will face eternal punishment in hell's torment. Signs of the end. It predicts increased wickedness, natural disasters, and the return of Christ. This vision closely mirrors the Book of Revelation, but adds unique Ethiopian details, including a belief that Ethiopia itself will become a spiritual beacon as the world descends into darkness. 5. The Book of Enoch, cosmic battles and the rise of the Watchers. The Book of Enoch, preserved in the Ethiopian Bible, contains startling revelations. Fallen angels, a group of angels, called the Watchers, abandoned heaven and corrupted humanity. Hybrid beings, these angels fathered the Nephilim, described as giants who brought violence and chaos. Divine judgment, God will destroy the Watchers and their offspring at the end of days. The Book of Enoch also predicts the rise of a world ruler who will deceive the nations, an echo of the Antichrist described in the New Testament. 6. Prophetic timelines. Are the Ethiopian prophecies unfolding today? Many researchers believe that modern events align with the Ethiopian Bible's predictions. Wars and rumors of war, global conflict echoes the apocalyptic warnings. Moral decay, increasing spiritual confusion and moral relativism fulfill Ethiopian prophecies. Technological surveillance, some interpretations link modern surveillance systems to the mark of the beast. The Ethiopian prophecies warn that nations will attempt to suppress truth, but a chosen remnant will rise to reveal God's glory. 7. Why are these prophecies hidden? The secrets of the Ethiopian Bible remain obscured for several reasons. Spiritual power, the belief that knowledge of the Ark and prophecies holds world-altering power. Political control, colonial and modern powers seek to suppress narratives that challenge their authority. Divine timing, Ethiopian tradition holds that these secrets will only be revealed when God ordains it. The Kebra Nagast implies that elite groups fear the unveiling of these prophecies because it would disrupt their control and reveal the true spiritual order. Conclusion: the Ethiopian Bible's prophetic challenge to the world. The Ethiopian Bible and its apocryphal texts offer a radical challenge to Western Christianity and global power structures. It suggests that hidden truths, long suppressed, hold the key to understanding the end of days, the return of Christ, and God's final judgment. If these prophecies are true, then the world may soon face an apocalyptic reckoning, with Ethiopia as the spiritual epicenter of this cosmic battle. The revelation of the Ark of the Covenant may be the ultimate sign that the world is on the brink of divine intervention and universal transformation. Are we ready for the truth hidden for millennia? The secrets of the Ethiopian Bible may hold answers that the world is not prepared to face.
If you like the presentation, please share this program and hit the notification button to help this channel to grow. I would like to ask you to comment on this presentation as well.
A Psalm of David, answer me when I call to you, my righteous God. Give me relief from my distress, have mercy on me, and hear my prayer. How long will you people turn my glory into shame? How long will you love delusions and seek false gods? Know that the Lord has set apart His faithful servant for Himself. The Lord hears when I call to Him. Tremble and do not sin when you are on your beds. Search your hearts and be silent. Offer the sacrifices of the righteous and trust in the Lord. Many, Lord, are asking, who will bring us prosperity? Let the light of your face shine on us. Fill my heart with joy when their grain and new wine abound. In peace I will lie down and sleep, for you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety. Tremble, will you people turn my glory into shame? How long will you love delusions and seek false gods? Know that the Lord has set apart His faithful servant for Himself. The Lord hears when I call to Him. Tremble and do not sin when you are on your bed. Search your hearts and be silent. Offer the sacrifices of the righteous and trust in the Lord. Many, Lord, are asking, who will bring us prosperity? Bring us prosperity. who will bring us prosperity. Let the light of your face shine on us. Fill my heart with joy when their grain and new wine abound. In peace I will lie down and sleep. For you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety.